Here's some of the embroidery thread that I brought home from the charity shop. What I've done is I've cut it up into small lengths, no more than about 5 millimeters, so that when I put it into the liquidizer, they break down nicely. When I put them into the liquidizer, just a small amount of water is all I need to help the threads to break down. But I don't want to grind them up completely. I want to untwist them a little bit, just so that I can use the decorative element of the thread in the new paper that I'm making. I'm going to switch the liquidizer on. 5 seconds. And here you can see now that the threads have been broken apart and are ready to float in with the rest of the pulp that's in my vat. This is going to form the decoration of my piece of untwisted thread paper. So if you'd like to come back over to the vat now, I'll show you how it works. Now here are the threads that are coming out of the liquidizer, and I'm pouring them directly into the vat. I'm going to stir them, and you'll notice as you look into the water that the threads are now freely floating and mixing in well with the fibers that I made the first piece of paper with. The process now repeats itself. I take my mold and my deco, lay it into the water, pull it out gently, a little shake, and there is a delicious piece of handmade paper. More interesting, you might say, and it also lends itself to further work. Something like this could very well be embroidered on either by hand or with machine in the future. So as before, the decal comes off. I'll move over to the couching table, and I'm now going to couch my second piece of paper onto the tabletop. And there's a piece of untwisted thread paper. Paper making is incredibly versatile. I make paper out of all sorts of recycled things, and I also use silk, wool, and lots of different fabrics. It might include silk, denim. I've picked thistledown because of the cotton fluffiness of them. Linen is a very good paper. I also like to put recycled feathers, towels, and old pinstripe shirts in my paper. At the same time, I'm regularly gathering plant material so that a lot of my paper has petals, flowers, and raw materials from the plant itself, like nettles, for example. I travel all over the UK making paper, and I teach courses to all age groups. I'd love to come and see you sometime and run a course for you if you think you're interested. Please feel free to contact me via my website and email me if you think you have a group that might be interested. In the meantime, think about paper making and the amount of pleasure and enjoyment that you might get out of being on a course.